Hi YouTubers, it's been also something important. So anyway, something kind of damn important, which is basically about YouTube again. Nice big ass YouTube like a big ass cigar. So obviously I would talk about right now basically the ad friendly guidelines, and when you fill out the questionnaire, the self-certification questionnaire, that kind of crap, that kind of shit, basically I want to talk about essentially, say you filled it out incorrectly, and by that I mean you're not lying, you're not lying on the questionnaire, that kind of crap, that kind of shit, But essentially, you fill it out slightly incorrectly. Now, by this I mean you're not lying ass son of a bitch. But basically, you, for example, you check mark your video has extreme profanity like the C word, the N word, or the F word for gay people, and in fact you just have strong profanity, which is basically the F word. Say you say the F word like 20 times. Basically, especially in the beginning, the F word, the word fuck, 20 times in the beginning. So, for example, you say your video is not safe for ads at all because it has extreme profanity, like the C word or the N word, but in fact it's safe for some ads, safe for limited ads because it has like the F word like 10 times in the beginning. So, in that case, you would not be penalized. As far as I know, you would not be penalized because you're saying your video is not safe for ads, or for example, say your video say, for example, you just by accident check marked, that your video is promoting tobacco, promoting drugs, recreational drugs, but in fact, your video is more educational. It's about, educational content about tobacco or drugs, showing that, smoking is bad for you, or that, drugs like marijuana or cocaine, that kind of bullshit, isn't bullshit, is bullshit, that kind of shit is bad for you, then more realistically, your videos safe for, all ads because it's educational content, but you marked it's, safe for no ads because it's promoting tobacco or promoting pot. And in that case, you wouldn't be penalized by YouTube because you said your video is not safe for ads or safe for limited ads, but in fact it was safe for all ads, so YouTube wouldn't penalize you in that situation. But what I want to talk about is basically, say for example, you said, your video has no controversial content whatsoever. Basically, you check marked none of the above. So you check marked your video contains no adult language, no adult content like sexual content, no drug content, no hateful content, no incendiary or demeaning content, none of the above, fucking puppies, fucking rainbows, and in fact, your video contained moderate profanity, like light profanity, like safe for ads, definitely safe for fucking ads. But it contained, some degree of profanity, shit, bitch, or the F word used infrequently, the word fuck used infrequently, or after the first 30 seconds, or for example, it did contain, some discussions about sex, like for example, you were talking about some degree of sexual education, or talking about a sexual whatever, but it was still safe for ads, a green dollar sign, which everyone wants, but say you didn't disclose it, you just said none of the above, would you get penalized? I think the answer to that is no. As long as your video is safe for all ads, it's safe for the green dollar sign, you check mark that it's safe for the green dollar sign, I don't think YouTube will care. They really will give a fuck, if, or really give a shit, whatever, if you don't fill the questionnaire, as long as it meets the requirement for safe ads. Like, for example, like in my videos, I say like big ass cigar, big ass cigar, and obviously that's technically a reference to tobacco. That's technically referencing tobacco in a humorous way, creepy ass like the big ass cigar for life, and obviously I don't check mark, I say big ass cigar in almost every one of my videos, but I don't check mark that it has, my video contains a reference to tobacco, a statement about tobacco. I check mark, obviously my video contains light profanity like damn and hell, and obviously like, moderate profanity like shit and bitch, or, strong profanity used infrequently like the F word, the word fuck, or motherfucker, whatever, and it's like, So even though I'm not check marking my video contains a technical reference to tobacco products, or for example, like I might make a statement about, for example, like I made a statement about sex, and I don't check mark my video contains light sexual content. I think as long as it's safe for green ads, so long as you're not trying to get above YouTube, in other words, like for example, if you were check marking your videos not promoting drugs, like not promoting pot or not promoting marijuana, or pot and marijuana, same thing, for example, you're saying my video is not promoting recreational drugs, but in fact it is, and you're lying, you're a lying ass son of a bitch, and you're lying to YouTube, lying ass like the big ass cigar, then obviously in that case you would get penalized. As long as you're not trying to go above YouTube, as long as you're not trying to get advantage, get ahead of the game, I think you're fine. If your mistake either hurts you, like for example, you say your video is promoting drugs when in fact it's educational, then you're the one who suffers. It's sad and crying for you. Sad and crying for you. That really fucking sucks for you because you're going to get no ad revenue. But it's only if you're trying to swindle YouTube or kind of like cheat YouTube and try to get ad revenue when you're not entitled to ad revenue. So I think that's the only case when you get penalized. So if you don't stay, like I'm not going to, check mark my video has, slight references to drugs in this video. I might, I'm not sure, but just because I don't, as long as it's safe for all ads, as long as I'm not trying to swindle YouTube, that kind of shit, is bullshit, I think I'm pretty fucking fine. Anyway, Big Ass Life, pretty fucking cool. Bye.